Hello everyone, this is the Ladies Circle with Geovision Services. As we all know, we're marking the breast cancer awareness for this month, and we as Geovision Services girls are here to have a discussion about breast cancer, basically just to make people aware. And I have here with me in the studio Mami
And Nina.
and I am Esther. Yeah, so we're going to kickstart with our first question. So, hi girls again.
Hi, Esther.
Okay, so why do you think it's important for us to have conversations like this around breast cancer? Like, knowing that this month has been dedicated for breast cancer, why do you think it's important for us to have conversations such as this one?
So I think it's important because back then growing up, parents or girls couldn't talk about these things like your reproductive health and all that. So I think it's important to make us aware, one, and also to make us comfortable when we are talking about this because sometimes they get very uncomfortable. And so I think it's important.
Yeah, I think I agree with what Mom on this. Breast cancer awareness month is, like it says, basically to create awareness about the disease or the dangers, and also to inform we ladies about the signs to look out for if you feel something slightly different about your reproductive system or your breast, then you have to check it out on time and supplement foresee circumstances.
Okay, great. So, when did you first become aware of how common breast cancer is? We've had a lot of noise in the past years. Now it's become a thing. We know that every October we're celebrating breast cancer awareness. Like, when did it become? When did you first notice that? Okay, this is a thing. It's actually happening.
First, well, I'll take that. First, for me, it used to be, I think I got to know about breast cancer through no branding. First was no branding. So there was one day I was like, what is no branding? I didn't even know it was really like October was like the breast cancer month. Everyone was just so excited about, girls not wearing a bra and all that. That was like, puberty stage, this kind of thing. And then it was later on then we started to get educated that the no branding is something about breast cancer. It's not just like a playful thing. And then I think after that, as years went by, I started to see more awareness on that, like getting yourself screened and all that. That was when I first got to know much about it.
So for me, I think it was in SHS, yeah, so they used to invite health practitioners to come in and advise us and talk to us as girls because I went to the best girls school. Yeah, please.
I went to the best
No, I went to the very day and
That's fine.
the conversation. So they used to invite them to come talk to us. And that's when I realized it was a thing, So I think it was every October they used to come. And then subsequently, when I got to uni, as Nina said, no bad day, the boys would be over the moon and so just, send me a picture.
Yeah.
Wow.
Were you sending pictures?
No, I'm like, hey, Daddy, if you're watching, your girl, Vinyesa.
She's lying.
Okay, what's that? So we heard a lot about breast cancer. I think over the years we heard everything. Every month there's education and all of that. Can we just share some of the early signs that we know about? Any signs of breast cancer?
So I was watching this TikTok video where it says when the orange, when you buy orange and it has this squeezed, I don't know how to explain it. It's sort of squeezed, like the orange, not the peeled orange, like the normal orange. It's like it's been squeezed.
Okay.
Yeah.
Is that
Yes.
shaking?
Exactly. So that's how you detect, like that's how you can know if you have. But then I was thinking about saying, sometimes the breast, the nipple area, sometimes it comes like that. Like sometimes it's just too much. What I know is you have lumps in the breast.
Okay, yeah, well,
Yes.
okay.
We have lumps.
Yeah.
Yeah, some of the early signs that I know of are the lumps in the breast, pain in your breast. If you have like unusual pain in your breast, I mean every month you do have pain. Some people have pain in their breast, but then if you detect that it's like unusual, and then I also heard about irregular discharge. If you are not breastfeeding and discharging there, then you have to get yourself checked. The nipples like invert, they go inside. That is also another sign. And even a lump in your armpit. Yeah, I hear that's also a sign. So if you think it's not connected,
That's really
yeah, if you have a lump in your armpit, you could have breast cancer.
Yeah, ladies, you heard it.
So I want to say something. So with this thing here, it has two sides. Because as you're menstruating, you're feeling pain. And then when you have breast cancer, you're feeling pain. And then, so sometimes it becomes confusing. Like, oh my God, am I truly getting the cancer, or am I, going through it? Even during pregnancy, you feel certain signs that you think.
Yeah, like you think it's like menstrual signs, but you're pregnant. So it's like hard to detect.
It's crazy. It's crazy.
Yeah. Yeah, but yeah, be on the lookout, like I say, just be massaging your breasts.
And we going,
Like she said, the area under the armpits. I'm saying, yeah, sometimes we don't even go there.
Yeah.
It's also a very important part that you should take notice of. Okay. So how many of us are going for breast cancer screening, and how is it like?
I have.
She hasn't.
I will go today. I mean this one.
Okay, and
I have. I went, I think within the last 2 years that I did one breast cancer screening. It was by a man. And it was uncomfortable.
A man did the breast
Yes, a
cancer
man was touching my breast.
Oh, wow.
But I mean, that's how the medical field is. We have male gynecologists and all that. But yeah, a man was touching, trying to feel. While trying to feel, and all that. I mean, it was my breast. But yeah, I had it. It was an uncomfortable feeling. But sometimes they'll be pressing your breast, asking if you feel pain.
And then you're scared to say you feel pain.
Because they ask me because it's pressing hard. Like,
Yeah.
But then I mean, I think it's normal. But then there were no like extra rounds and all that.
Yeah, so I have personally been screened twice. Yeah, I think for all the 2 hours, I was wondering when she said something hurting, I was feeling reluctant to say something was hurting because it was actually hurting. Now I was wondering, is this a normal pain or there's another pain they're asking for?
But I also have a question. So after the pain, as they are, screening and massaging, do you feel the pain afterwards?
No, it's just when they are
Just when they're pressing. Because they really
because
press.
they really press.
They really
hard.
press.
Yes, I was wondering if you feel because
Like
you
later,
know, afterwards.
They actually really
The
press.
pain is just when they are
When
pressing.
they are pressing. When they are done, it's okay.
So I'm sure if it's like an after feeling, then that's when you should be concerned. Yeah.
Okay. But yeah, look it up, of course. Yeah. We are just, having a discussion of what we think. It's not authority, we are not nurses. So yeah, that's it. What do you think stops some women from going for screening? In fact, giving her one year.
Yes.
Well,
she
has
never been screened.
because I've not gotten the opportunity to screen, and also, time. There's school, there's work, so I'm not honestly. It's just an opportunity.
Less than 2 hours or 1 hour.
I know that, but then again, at school, there's work, there's this, guys.
Excuse my sister.
Hey, I said maybe. Yeah, see.
Climbing higher. Whisper down.
Okay, we are back. Yeah, so I think that's mommy, because she's saying it's time for she. But what do you think? What do you think for older women who, after all the announcements, because even in the markets, we have NGOs, some health practitioners going there to do screening for them. What do you think would prevent someone from getting screened?
Okay, so for me, I think, let me even say from a me point of view, sometimes when you feel like you might, like you don't want to hear the words, so you're just, let me not hear it, so I wouldn't go for it, or I wouldn't do it, like, do you understand? Let's say, assuming you've missed your period, right? Use that as an example. And then you have to go and either take a pregnancy test or you go to the hospital to go and check. But because deep within you don't want to know that you're pregnant, like you don't, you're scared that like what if it's positive? You just wouldn't do it and then be in denial that like I'm fine. So I think that is what most people like fear. And also like what I was saying, I think when it's not breast cancer awareness time, where you have an opportunity to like screen for free, I think those screenings are expensive.
Okay.
Yes, I think so. I haven't, but I think a mammogram is expensive. So
Yeah, I think a mammogram is, but maybe the examination is
okay, that's the person. Yeah. Okay. Well, that's true. So yeah, maybe people. And also maybe, people just don't like reluctant to go and do it. Maybe they just feel like it's also not something they should be worried about. It's like if I'm not feeling sick, why should I go and test? But then really you're not supposed to wait for the worst to happen before you actually, because maybe you can be feeling like okay, there's some people who feel 100% okay. And you can go one day and just tell them you have stage 4 cancer. And they're like shocked.
Yeah, so I agree with you now. But then again, I feel like, you know how adulthood takes up you all the time. So you're going to so that's my case. Like, adulthood is just trying to.
But sometimes you go to the hospital, they waste your time.
Especially with the public races.
Yeah.
No, it's not. Okay. So it discourages people to just because they're going to join a queue and maybe it has to be at work or something, those things.
Yeah. So we want to talk about the risk factors. When you're actually prone to getting breast cancer. Do you guys know about the risk factors? Say when do you think? I don't know how to describe it. When I say risk factors, when they say someone is at risk of getting something like, what are those at risk of getting breast cancer? And what could be that factor? What are the factors?
I think one of the risks of the first is age. It has to do with the age. So I think it's from like 35 above. Those are the people that are most prone. I stand to be corrected.
I think they said it was like I don't know whether it's 40 or 50.
I mean older. I think it's so if you are young, you're not at high risk like that. But I mean, still find like one in 100,000 people who can like within a younger generation who can have breast cancer. So it's just advisable to check. And also I hear alcohol, drinking and smoking will also cause you to have
So for me, I believe that diet, like when you eat, there are lots of risk factors when it comes to your diet. You're eating junk food, you're not eating healthy, you're not drinking water, all of that. Mostly people just go dehydrated for days and don't even know about it. So that would also be a risk factor.
So what did she say?
She doesn't drink water. Who can't try to say, I'm going to use your insure. They say,
I drink water.
It's life. Because say water is life. My sister, I say water is life. Okay.
So I think with cancer in general, like you're saying, smoking, alcohol, in fact, anything cancer, we have all kinds of cancer. So I think we're speaking of that, yes, lifestyle choices, and then there's genetics, your genes. Sometimes there's a lot of opportunity you can be born with, genetics that is prone to something like that. And then there's hereditary factors. your mother has had, your auntie has had before, or somebody in your family has had it before, yeah, then you should be checking yourself. Yes, because I know some people, their grandparents or something had it. Since you should. Some people when they hear of that, they actually go and move their breasts.
All the breast tissues.
Yes, they remove it.
Wow.
Yeah, because they know. I think there's one popular person in Ghana who did that because I think the grandma died of something cancer. Her mom died of something cancer, so she didn't wait to get there. She went to remove. Yeah, she removed it. Yeah, and it's some brave. Yeah. But then again, do you have the money? I mean,
Right.
I think she has money, so she can afford that. So you can imagine if for the average, they actually do. They move it before because they know they are at risk, so they do that.
Wow.
But have you had anyone close to you with breast cancer?
No.
So growing up, there was this lady, I mean my sister's classmate's mom got breast cancer. So in the first stage, I think they cut one of her breasts and then I think they cut one and then they cut the other one later and later she died. Okay, so I heard of it. At that stage, I mean at that age, I didn't know what it was. I was wondering like, when did they cut her breast? Like, and you know, a lot of things were running through my mind. Like, how was she living with one breast? And then how was she living with no breast? Like, you know. So it was just in my head, and I'm like, no. Yes. So that's when I knew of breast cancer. Like, that's when I heard of it. And then she died. She passed. It was sad.
It's unfortunate.
Okay, so rest in peace. You know how about you?
No one close to me that I know.
I think I have had like 2 people close to me. Yeah, and it's the same story actually. They cut the one breast and then before you know it, the mission is back again. And then like that. So for me, it's a very scary thing. I don't know, but it's a very scary thing for me because in as much as we've had like breast cancer survivors and all of that.
Yeah.
I mean, the stories I've heard close to me, they all need, I mean, after cutting that one breast, I think there should be some more education on like the posts of what you're supposed to do to actually, because I know there are people who have cut breast and they are there, they are living. But I think most of the cases, some of them, after cutting their breast now, they never get, they die eventually.
Change changes a lot of things. Like,
Yeah.
you know,
Psychologically, that's
you
also a thing we
be
should
like,
like.
I had 2 breasts. Now I don't have like a breast. So it's a whole lot, like emotionally, mentally, you just be going through it. Like you wondering why you don't have. So you know when you think too much, it brings back the cancer cells. Right?
Because
So
I think it's psychological sometimes.
Psychological. Because I think with the lady, for instance, she just couldn't bear the fact that she had lost her breast. Because growing up, she's been living with breast, she had breastfed and
All that mental struggle.
yeah. So that's what killed her.
Yeah.
That she couldn't do, and it's painful. I think.
You know, often when we are celebrating breast cancer awareness, the ladies are wearing pink and they're all happy. And I think sometimes we forget
We do.
the backstory that Charlie is actually people's lives. So people have died from breast cancer. People have cut their breasts. People are living without breast tissues.
That's true.
People are, you know, it's actually a real thing. And at times I think we lose sight of that. Charlie is not just a celebration or something where we are wearing. It's actually some people's real lives they are living. I think Stephanie Benson, she's had this. Her friend has this. What's it name? This foundation. I think they had people. They did a program where they had people coming. A lot of women, 40 above,
Breast cancer.
breast cancer. Some are still having it. They are now going for treatment. They are now undergoing treatment. Some sort of cuts like one breast. Yeah. So I was watching. There was one woman and she was so brave. I was like, oh wow. I said, oh yeah, when we chat, you know. She said that like she was asking, oh when we chat. Oh no. So before you cut it, they stick to you.
But you know, with these women too, like older women. I feel like some of them feel like, oh, I've gone through life, so it's fine. So she's so, you know, she's
I think for a
okay.
younger person, yeah, it wouldn't be
It
the worst. It wouldn't be the
I
story.
tell you, it wouldn't be an easy thing at all
It won't be
because
the story.
we are now starting life. Maybe you are not yet a mother. You'll be wondering how you'll be, you know. Yeah, so it's
I want to ask one question. I don't know if it makes sense, but then the bigger your breasts or the bigger the size of your breast, like I don't know how to frame the question, but then are you at higher risk for the size of your breast? I think you have pimple breasts, like
I don't think so.
breast cancer. What are they really?
I don't think
Like,
so.
you know.
Apparently, it's not like that.
I think so.
So once I think I say to myself, I never have breast surgery. The person I knew that there's another person, she doesn't have breast. Very small breast, but she had breast cancer.
Wow.
She after cutting it now, China.
Yeah, sometimes it's crazy. So I don't know if it's the minds, you know, I don't know if it's the
It's
But doctors tell us that it's not scary to catch a breast, but to be fine and all of that. They say that.
they do that. I feel like they do that to encourage you. You know, when my mom was going, when she had surgery to take out her thyroid, that's what they say. They said, but the complications are found. So, you know, I feel like they do that to encourage you as a person to just go through and just, but it's not easy because psychologically, you know, it's running through your mind and you're like, where is the, you go and stand in front of the mirror or
you know, like your right perky breast and now it's
So, how can we support each other, you know, one another to take care of our health while we are busy with our work and all of that?
we can screen each other.
I think we should. We should.
Screen each other.
No, I don't know what she said. No, I am
breast braids, you know, that's what I'm saying.
well, I'm open to that, you know.
Oh my god.
I'm not a man, a woman. So if you're a man, stay away from me. Unless you're my boyfriend or husband. Any blue. So, as I was saying, I think we should be open to listen to each other. You understand? Shouldn't be judgmental. Or be bound to not asking people for, oh, because hey, no. Relax and listen.
Yeah.
Just relax and listen. Don't come and scare the person. Yeah, I think that would be good.
Yeah.
We should listen to each other, talk to each other about our bodies, how we feel, what's going on in our bodies. You know, we should accommodate each other. We are sisters. Esther and Nina and Sandra accommodate each other and open your mouth when you are feeling something. Don't harbor it. Don't say, oh, I'm scared to tell you. I'm talking to you. So open your mouth and talk when you feel something.
Cameraman, this is you.
This is cameraman. So yes, we should be open to talk to one another.
You know, how about you?
Yeah, I agree with her, and then we can screen each other.
Okay, yes, we can screen ech other. Okay, what small actions can we take in our own small corner to spread awareness?
For me, I think I'll just be an advocate. You know, talk to girls, any girl I see, you know, I'll just tell you that you should open up and also go and get spayed. I will go and get spayed.
They are going to let you know.
The next time you see me here, I'll be
okay. Nina, how are you?
That's the same. I mean, just talking to people about it, share the information as much as possible. And I don't know if most people in the rural areas still know about it, so if you know those kind of how do they call this?
Outreach.
Outreach, yeah, to the rural areas. I mean, I'll be open to do that, to educate them as well. But if we in the city, we don't really hear like how much more than you can understand. Yeah, so yeah, that would be one way to help them get education.
So, girl to girl, let's say you're talking to each other, like we're talking about breast cancer. So, our final message to our own baby girls, something short that you want to say to another lady out there to encourage them, to admonish them, anything.
So what I would say to young girls or even girls my age or women is that you should be able to be comfortable to speak to someone when you feel something in your body. You should be able to confide in someone. Could be your mother, your sister, a friend, someone you trust. I think that would help a lot. Yes. And also, if possible, visit the nearest hospital to get screened. That would be that.
So girl to girl, I advise you to mommy rightly said, talk to somebody. Once you feel any uneasiness in your breast, any pain, anything that is abnormal, just talk to someone, visit a clinic, at least have some consultation and then they'll advise you on what to do. And just make sure you check yourself earlier as soon as possible because the earlier the better.
So as the whole rightly said, the thing I'll add is that when someone comes to you to talk to you about something happening with you, don't be quick to spread panic and fear. Try your best to get information. If you don't have information, direct the person to where they'll get the right information. Don't spread panic. This is one thing to have information. It's one thing to spread fear. This man stands for spreading fear. So yes, let's do that. Our families, our mothers, just us. Yes. So we've come to the end of the session. It's been a beautiful, interesting time. And thank you, Nina. Thank you, Fatima. Till next time.
Thank you for having us.
Yeah. So till next time.
Bye.
She's got the fire, building bridges, climbing higher. Whispered doubts, they fade like smoke. Her words are power, her truth's the cloak. Lady